on accuracy and truthfulness. The person says, "Trust me," but how? Can we easily identify someone's character by the way he dresses? Yes? Maybe? I think so. You have an implied contract with your audiences. But how to check if what we see and hear is true? Let's find out the answer only here on DepEd Davnor Telearalan.
Tayo na mag-aral, tutok na sa DepEd Davnor Telearalan. Manood, matuto sa mga guro, sayang mag-aral, magkasama tayo. DepEd Davnor Telearalan, DepEd Davnor Telearalan.
Hi there! Welcome to English 9, an exciting time as there are many opportunities for you to succeed. This is Sir Julius, ready to impart the knowledge, skills, and life lessons that you can't refuse. Are you ready to explore fun activities and learn exciting lessons? Let's get started! This is English 9 with Sir Julius. After going through this self-learning video lesson, you are expected to determine the truthfulness and accuracy of the material viewed. Before we start, let's have a review about our last topic. If your answer is true, smile. Can you show me your beautiful smile? Wow, you really look good. If your answer is false, frown. Can you show me how you frown? Oh, that really shows disapproval. Ready? Let's get started. Number 1. Prejudice is the opinion or viewpoint, while discrimination is the action. Is it true or false? The correct answer is true. Very good. Number 2. If someone is thinking poor of another person for his belonging to a certain race or for having different religious beliefs, then he has prejudice. True or false? The correct answer is true. You got it right. Number 3. Bias and discrimination are alike. True or false? The correct answer is false. Amazing. Number 4. Prejudice is taking action based on the discrimination. True or false? The correct answer is false. You're doing well. Number 5. The tendency to favor one person, group, thing, or point of view over another, often is an unfair way, is called bias. True or false? The correct answer is true. Fantastic! Accuracy and verification. Why do we ask someone to trust us? We are asking them to trust us to check that what you're saying is true, that your overall account is not misleading. Whatever your view is on truth and the line between fact and opinion. Accuracy is a simple enough idea. This time, let's test how you determine truthful and relevant information. Give me an approved hand gesture if you think the statement is correct. And fingers moving left, right, if it's wrong. Ready? Let's get started. Number 1. The sun is the center of the solar system. Number 2. Asia is the largest continent in the world. Number 3. God made the world in 7 days. Number 4. Man has the right life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Number 5. China's continued presence in the Spratleys Island is a violation of international law. Number 6. A person must always consider the interest of his family before his own happiness. Number 7. Citizens have the right to take up arms and overthrow an oppressive government. Number 8. The President has done very little to uphold democracy and look after interest of the Filipino people. Were you able to judge easily the truthfulness of the statements? Why? Which of the statements are obviously true? Which of these statements may be true for others, but not true in the judgment? Which of these statements do you personally believe to be true, but may be disputed by other people? How do we use philosophy to figure out what is true? In today's society, we are often bombarded with a lot of information. Most of these are helpful, but there are some that seem to be misleading or even utterly false. This kind of information often have a negative impact in our lives. People have been misled by claims of miracle drugs which were eventually proven to have no significant effects on health. How do we know that what they are telling is true? Truth lies at the heart of any inquiry. Knowledge must be truthful to gain validity and acceptance. But the concept of truth remains controversial and much discussed topic among philosophers. What is true, or even a definition of truth, is a tricky concept in philosophy. Philosophers agree that there is no absolute measure of truth. Let's talk about the concept of truth. Justified true belief. Rooted in an ancient Greek philosophy's concept of knowledge as justified true belief. This concept states that something is true because you believe it is be true and there is justification for such belief. Correspondence theory states that something is true if it corresponds to reality of the actual state of affairs. This theory assumes a direct relationship between an idea and reality, and that can be taken as fact. For example, a mammal is an animal which is warm-blooded, has hair, and feeds its young with milk, is considered to be true. A dog barks is also true. Pigs can fly, however, is false, since in reality, pigs do not have the capability to fly. Coherence theory proposes that something is true if it makes sense when placed in a certain situation or context. For example, eating pork are unclean for Muslims. It makes sense in the context of Islamic faith. It may be true to them, but is not true to Catholics. Relativism is a philosophical concept which contends that there are no absolute truths. Constructivist theory holds that knowledge is shaped by social forces and influence culture and history. Consensus theory views knowledge as based on argument and that something is true if almost everyone agrees that it is true. For example, Pluto's classification into a dwarf planet, since everyone agrees with it, then it is true. Pragmatic theory holds view that something is true if it can act out it into practice or is useful in real life. It also believes that ideas should be continually treated to confirm their validity. A related theory, verification, considers that ideas must be verified using the senses of experiences. Ideas and claims are often presented in the form of arguments. These kinds of arguments are called fallacies. Ad hominem, appeal to force, appeal to emotion, appeal to the popular, appeal to tradition, begging the question, cause and effect, fallacy of composition, fallacy of division. This time, I want you to check what makes this material unreliable. Is it about grammatical errors or a questionable decision? The correct answer is both. While viewing news video clips, trailer, Facebook posts, or YouTube materials, do you have any ideas on how to determine their truthfulness and accuracy? There are 7 types of information disorders. Number 1, fabricated content. This new content is 100% false, designed to deceive and do harm. Number 2, imposter content. When genuine sources are impersonated. Number 3, misleading content. Misleading use of information to frame an issue or individual. 4th, satire or parody. No intention to cause harm, but has the potential to fool. False content. When headlines, visuals, and captions do not support the content. Number 6, false context. When genuine content is shared with false contextual information. 7, manipulated content. When genuine information or images is manipulated to deceive. Which among the information disorders can be observed in the material? A, false connection. When headlines, visuals, and captions do not support content. Or B, fabricated content. This news content is 100% false, designed to deceive and do harm. The correct answer is B, fabricated content. This new content is 100% false, designed to deceive and do harm. What makes the news inaccurate? Please observe the information given. A. Misleading content. Does not have the full data picture of statistics. B. Imposter content, when genuine sources are impersonated. The correct answer is A. Misleading statistics does not have the full data picture. What makes this COVID-19 news reliable? Observe the way the information were presented. A. The information are complete, although screenshot may have included the title of the material and other physical elements. Or B. There is a link diverting the reader to the most reliable agency related to COVID-19, which is the World Health Organization. The correct answer is B. There is a link diverting the reader to the most reliable agency related to COVID-19, which is the World Health Organization. You should also know the difference between fact and opinion. Facts are general established truths, easily verified, and do not easily change from one situation to another. Opinions, on the other hand, are aware of bias or personal views of the person presenting it. Biases are not necessarily errors in reasoning, but refer to tendencies or influences which affect the views of people. This time, grab your pen and paper as we have this short quiz. Identify the following statements. Write your answer on your paper. Number 1. It lies at the heart of any inquiry. The correct answer is truth. Very good. Number 2. It states that something is true if it corresponds to reality or the actual state of affairs. The correct answer is correspondence theory. Great job! Number 3. It proposes that something is true if it makes sense when placed in a certain situation or context. The correct answer is coherence theory. You got it right. Number 4. It is a philosophical concept which contends that there are no absolute truths. The correct answer is relativism. One more to go. Number 5. It holds that knowledge is shaped by social forces and influenced by culture and history. The correct answer is constructivist theory. Perfect! It looks like you are through with this lesson. Congratulations for actively engaging in each of the activity prepared for you. Always remember that determining the truthfulness and accuracy of information from what we viewed is very crucial. The important thing is that we can get the correct information and details. Also, it is necessary for us because we cannot be informed by fake news, and we can know what is happening to the real world. This has been Sir Julius, ready to impart the knowledge, skills, and life lessons that he can't refuse. See you again on our next episode in English 9. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye!